Friends, I would like to share a story that brought me close to tears as it captured humanity at its best. It's a story that teaches compassion, forethought, and how, as humans, not to be quick in reacting and judging. Admittedly, the hero in the following story makes compassion look very easy, when in fact, it can be difficult to have consideration for someone who's driving you crazy. An old man meets a young man at a function who asks, "Do you remember me?" And the old man says that he does not. The young man then tells him that he was a student. So the teacher now asks him, "What do you do in life?" The young man answered, "Well, I became a teacher. And in fact, I became a teacher because you inspired me to be like you." The old man, curious, asked the young man, "And what was it that inspired him to become a teacher?" And the young man recounts the following story. He says, "One day, a friend of mine, also a student, came into the class with a nice new watch, and instantly I wanted it. So I decided to steal it. During the lunch break, while all the kids were busy playing outdoors, I stole the watch right out of the bag. And shortly after, my friend noticed the theft of his watch and immediately complained to the teacher, 'Who was you?' You then announced to the class that the watch of the boy was stolen and needed to be returned immediately. You then proceeded to close the doors and told all of us to get up as you are going to search each of our pockets and bags until the watch was found. But you also told us to close our eyes because you would only look for his watch if we all had our eyes closed. So we did, and you went from pocket to pocket, and when you went through my pocket, you found the watch and you took it. You kept searching everyone's pocket, and when you were done, you said, 'Now open your eyes, we have found the watch.' The watch was returned to the owner, but you never said a word to me. Then and later too, you never said who stole the watch either, thus saving my dignity forever. I felt ashamed but forgiven, and from you, I understood what real educator needs to do. Do you remember this episode, Professor?" The professor answered, "I remember the incident, the stolen watch that I was looking for in everyone's pocket, but I didn't remember that it was you because I also closed my eyes while searching." Friends, this story was an eye-opener for me to realize how far I still need to go in my compassionate career as a parent, as a husband, and as a teacher. Many of us can recall a situation when we were humiliated by a teacher. If you close your eyes and recall it, it still has the power to make you cringe. And for many of us, we still haven't forgiven them. Teachers choose to humiliate students for several reasons to gain control over them, because the teacher is desperate, or to frighten other students, or because they are overcompensating for their own lack of confidence. Now, there is no human immune to the feeling of humiliation. Correcting the inappropriate or culturally unacceptable behavior has value, but one needs to do it very tactfully or reprimand in private. Using humiliation to change people's behavior leads to employee disengagement. A person who feels humiliated retreats automatically, can't listen constructively. So their behavior isn't going to change. They are just going to hate and mistrust you. When managers and leaders or teachers are working with others, it's important to remember that those other people are also humans. They are going to make mistakes. They are going to say things out of line, and they may even act in ways that make you feel like they are sabotaging your goals or the team, or even trying to upset you personally in some way. At the end of the day, if we remember that those other people are human beings with their own past, their own personal issues and struggles, we'll remember that they will inevitably do things that we are unhappy with. Therefore, forgiveness is one of the key components to good leadership and management. It's a bold leadership skill. It's a muscle every leader can strengthen with intentional effect. When we are able to forgive mistakes and allow people to have a second chance, we enable them to perform better. We show them that we have faith in their ability to become better people, and we are also gifting them with the space to fulfill their potential to be the best they can ever be.